Alan Tudyk, is that how I say your last name?
Tudyk.
Tudyk.
It's like it's Tudyk, except with the liquid U. This is Raisin. She was bugging me over here, so I just brought her into the scene here.
How long have you had her?
6-7 years, something like that. She was in the system. That's what she likes to always talk about. She got picked up by the cops because she was in a house that was had a pet hoarder, had like 40 pets, right? And then she got picked up by the cops. She went into the system. She got some she joined the Latin Kings, didn't you? She's got a tattooed tear. You can't really see it. Who did you take off?
How did Raisin react to your nomination for the second season of Con Man for the Emmy Awards?
She was pretty unimpressed. I mean, she's tough. She's a tough audience to be, She didn't like Con Man, probably because I was never here. Yeah, she's just really about chicken. Yeah. That's her main thing. But, yeah, I mean, I was excited, so I did for both of us.
Where were you when you found out you'd been nominated?
I was in bed, which is where I am right now. My producing partner, PJ Harsma, called me early, and I answered the phone and said, What? Because we have that relationship. What? And he said, congratulations, and didn't tell me for a little bit what he was congratulating me for. And then I was like, that's great, thank you, and hung up, and then it wasn't, except for a few hours later, like drinking coffee, like, wait a second, that's really cool. That's like considering the trajectory of Con Man. I don't know. There's just a lot of things, a lot of opportunities to give up, and a lot of people standing in the way saying, "Don't do this," or "You shouldn't do this." That I chose to ignore. There's some bodies along the way. Only I know where they're buried. But to get the Emmys, it really gives legitimacy to something that started out as a passion project, and then a crowd fund that 47,000 fans gave us $3.2 million. That was an exciting day or month. There's been a lot of a lot of things that were great. Season 1, then having season 2, Lionsgate coming along, giving us money for season 2, and on Comic-Con HQ, and then this is just it's just brilliant. Icing on the cake. But it seems more than just icing. It seems like, an extra layer of cake.
I read somewhere that you said that when you were talking to sort of other people to produce the show, they wanted you to broaden the appeal.
Producers that I stepped away from, they wanted to make fun of the fans, treating the fans as nerds who you can make fun of, which even if you want to do that, that's boring. That's like one joke. I've told it. It's to be the backdrop is this world. Oh, my God. Hold on a second. That should be off, right?
I guess so.
Who has a landline? You know what I'm saying? I can't say who that is. They're very famous.
Oh, my.
Yeah, whoever you think is famous, go one more. Anyway, I was hoping to make it it's broad of an audience. It's an actor who's trying to make it, but in the meantime, he is in the world of con, so he's surrounded by all these really colorful characters. It can focus on anything. It's not just always about signing and...
Of Mice and Men musical.
Exactly. You do an Of Mice and Men musical with Lou Ferrigno called I'm With Stupid, and that was truly one of my favorite episodes. Lou Ferrigno actually came to me at a con and said, hey, let's do Of Mice and Men at some point. And it was about a year later that I asked him if he wanted to do it, told him it was a musical. He was gung-ho. He did it. He said, I can't sing. But we had an opera singer do all of his. My wife did the choreography. It was really like a family thing. Like everybody who did the season 1 came back for season 2. People that could have made more money doing, more higher profile jobs didn't, because they wanted to come back and have fun with us, because it was really fun set.
What do you think the most sort of special thing is about the set?
Well, for Nathan and I, Nathan Fillion, who plays my best friend in the show, who was on Firefly with me and played the captain, and I played the pilot, we got to be on a spaceship again where he was the captain and I was the pilot. And that brought us back to Firefly days. There's a point where I'm like, you know what, we just need to bank some while we're here. So just scribble out some stuff real quick. Just write out some stuff about getting upflow to the engines, and you can't get lift, and you have to do this and that. And I don't know, we just fell into a thing. like afterwards, like, that felt really familiar. That was good. That was fun for us. And I hope for people who like Firefly to just get a little sense of that again.
Do you have a favorite moment from a convention you've been to?
Oh, wow. There's moments in conventions that I'm like, oh my God, that's going to be so funny. Then there's like the beautiful, touching moments, like when I just had a convention with a woman who hadn't spoken in 10 years until she saw Frozen. Like, what? Like, that's, how do you, you're like, oh, I was the Duke of Wesselton. I'm sure she didn't like go, oh, the Duke of Wesselton. That wasn't her first words. It was probably let it go or something like that. I hope it wasn't turn it off, because that would be disappointing. But, there's real people who were in the hospital and all they watched Firefly again and again and again.
How would you compare your sort of mindset when you went into film that sort of first episode of Firefly compared to how you feel now, a few years later, going into film Con Man?
Oh man, when I first got the audition for for Firefly, there was no script. There was just a couple of pages. There's a scene, if you know Firefly, where I'm playing with dinosaurs, which is a great little scene. Just like immediately you're like, what is this? This is a space show? How cool. And it just immediately sucks you in. But there was no rest of the script to judge it by. So I asked a friend, hey, is this something I want to do? Josh, I think it's Josh. Maybe they misspelled it. It might be Josh Whedon. And he's like, hold up. Did you say Joss Whedon? Do it. Do it. Go audition and hope to God you get it. So I did months later. And so I was just coming in like, this is a job. Seems pretty fun. Nice people. I moved from New York out to LA, so that was kind of I'm doing this now. Babe in the Woods. It's just like another job. Really just kind of felt like another job. This is a cool job. I'm flying a spaceship, but another job. I started going to cons after that was canceled, and then I watched that whole, it has a bigger audience now, certainly, than it ever did. And I'm still meeting people who just picked up on it 2 years ago. And I feel like it's sort of found a place in nerd culture where if you truly, if you are part of that world and you say, I've never watched Firefly, people will give you crap for it. I've seen it happen. They're like, what? Come on. And it's like a staple. You just first got to start there, and then you move on to Battlestar Galactica, or I don't know where to start, but at some point you have to end up with at least an episode of Firefly so you can decide to hate it and then get ridiculed for that.
Like The Wire of the convention circuit.
Yes, I haven't seen The Wire, so you can make me feel bad for that.
I haven't seen the whole thing. But
what's wrong with you? You haven't seen the whole thing? Come on, The Wire's the greatest show on TV. I'll do it. Yeah. So after all of that, after going to all these cons then and being invited to my first one, I'd never gone to one before. I didn't understand the level of fandom that was out there for not just Firefly, but other shows. And I had sort of that outsider perspective where I'm like, those conventions, that's where people dress up, right? And what is that? There's maybe like a Star Trek, a movie, there's a documentary about Star Trek, Trekkies, like, oh, those people are kind of weird. And then immediately met people like, oh, or they're doctors and lawyers and accountants and just people who have, they're passionate about literature and then also comic books and sci-fi stories and shows, TV shows. So after going to those for years, we were banking all of these experiences. And, for, God, let's see, how long is it? Like over 10 years when I started, thinking, I want to make this. And then finally just starting to write it and said, well, I'll just keep writing until I can find somebody to give me some money to make this thing. Once we got to the first day on set, it's kind of like that I'm ready to vomit moment, because I had never directed. It was pretty ambitious. Directed and produced, and I wrote the entire first season and then acted in it. Then I was the lead. So it was like casting and sets and like going out and location scouting. I had no idea that I would be like, oh, this shirt, no, not this collar. Do you have like a mock turtleneck? Oh, you have a turtleneck? Can I see it? Do you have it in blue? Great. But for every scene, for every character, there was that. And every location, it's just amazing what professional production people can do. And I've seen it, but I hadn't seen as much of it as I had thought, Like, I love this location if we can get rid of this wall. And you get like these grips who sit around and go, yeah, we get rid of this wall. It's actually only held up. Let's see. Give us a moment. And then they'll pull out a wall. It was fun. It was fun. But starting out, I was very nervous to tell my fellow actors what to do as their director.
Yeah, what was it like from directing, from starring alongside Nathan to directing him?
I wasn't good at it, I don't think. I was really nervous. Yeah. He's always, he was the captain in Firefly. And so he's always kind of had that. That's kind of, he's more captainy in our relationship. He kind of has it. He has it all together. I'm more of an emotional person. He's got even keel. So for me to tell him what to do was new. But he's with him and with most of the actors, he's like, do what you want. And isn't really telling anybody what to do. It's like, hey, here's something I want to try. How do you want to? Do you want to do it? And if so, let's figure out a way to do it. It's just about brainstorming and that's just artists coming together and figuring out what's going to work for the scene, what's going to work for the whole show, what's going to be the most fun to do.
What's your fondest sort of scene from Firefly, from your time on that show?
Fondest scene from Firefly. Gosh, I've never thought about that. It's all just kind of one scene. I enjoyed a lot of them. I guess that's what fondest memory means. There was one scene in the episode that I liked, sort of my favorite episode. It's called Out of Gas. I'm on the bridge and I'm annoyed. I can't go see my wife. The captain has told me I have to be up at the bridge. And I'm like, we're all going to freeze to death. So we got those pages the night before. And it was like this 4-page scene. And I was annoyed by that. How are we going to do this? And we just crammed it really quick. It was the first thing in the morning. So we just went for it. And we did it in 2 takes. And we had a lot of fun with it. And there's kind of Nathan and I working together and starting out in the scene like, I don't know that this is going to work, to, we did it in 2 takes. That was fun. And it's still one of my favorite scenes, is sort of how it turned out. That was fun.
That's a great episode. It reminds me of sort of one of my favorite West Wing episodes where you see how everyone meets each other.
I'm waiting to watch The Wire, and then I'm going to watch that.
Okay, that's fine.
So I got a lot to... I did just watch Breaking Bad, so I'm there.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a great show too.
Oh my God, so good.
Seen Firefly, Alan?
I have seen that. I did see that. It's funny. The thing that whenever I rewatched it for the 10th anniversary, I went through the whole series again. I hadn't seen it in a while. I'd forgotten some of the episodes. It was pretty fun to watch because I get surprised by what was happening next. But the thing that struck me was how funny it was. That's what I had forgotten. It's just, it has so much humor in it. And that makes sense because Joss Whedon's very funny. So many things that made it amazing, but it's the humor and having these extreme situations, and you put people in there. Like there's one part where I say something about there's no such thing as science fiction. And then Gina, my wife, says, honey, you live on a spaceship. I say, so? What do you mean? And your point is? And there's ways that are sort of tongue-in-cheek things. It's just clever humor.
I thought you were going to say your favorite bit about A Gas was that you got to have a mustache in that episode.
Yes! And I had to fight to get that mustache. I had to...
Really?
Oh, my God. Look, I should probably put something down that's solid so I don't keep doing that, right? I feel like I'm going to make people sick.
Raw, guerrilla filmmaking.
There we go.
Yeah.
Less guerrilla-y. You know, I still can't see your face, so I don't know what I did, but as long as you're recording this, it's cool. But
yeah, I can see your face.
Mine honestly says, you are the only one here.
Like, really?
Which is a good thing to put, like, on the mirror in the morning to look at. You're the only one here. You know, we all die alone or something like that.
What's your fondest memory of Con Man?
Oh, there's so many. Doing the musical was great. I really wanted, so there's a song in the musical. It's called Turn Around and Bang, where I say turn around. And I still crack myself up. Turn around and bang, and I shoot him in the back of the head. That, to me, I'm so glad we got to do that. There's a lot of times when I'm on sets, I'm like, "What can I do this? Can I do this?" And a lot of people go, "That's crazy. I mean, you can't. That's too far out." Or that maybe it's too dark, like shooting someone in the back of the head in song. There was a moment with Felicia Day in season 1 where she dresses like me.
No, the stage manager decoy for the Mice and Men episode too.
Stage manager decoy. Oh yeah, right. She comes back and she's a decoy for Lou Ferrigno. Yeah, that's right. Felicia Day, brilliant. Yeah, and in the end of the first episode, she ends up needing to be a decoy, I should say. So the fan, just like any fan in the show, they end up being smarter than Ray. And if you ever think that they're, little nuts like her, she saves the day. That's important in the show to me when that happens.
Con Man season 3, Alan?
There's just a lot of stories I haven't been able to tell. That stuff just happens at these cons. There was a girl. So if I do a season 3, you'll see this and you'll be like, totally said he was going to write one about this, and I'll have ruined it for you. But kind of. It was early in the morning. I was there on a Saturday, so Friday night they had partied. There was already been parties and stuff like that. There's a lot of partying that goes on at cons. So there's a knock on my door at like 8 in the morning. Bum, 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 bum. I open it up, and this like 19-year-old girl, looks hungover to me, just walks in and goes, "My key doesn't work." Doesn't look at me, just walks past me, and plops down on this couch and lays down. And I'm like, who are you? And then she sort of gets up, looks at the couch. Like, I don't remember a couch being here. Wait a minute, this isn't my room. Then looks at me and goes, "I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm in the wrong room." And then left. But, if you put that into a comment episode, he has like, some 19-year-old girl passed out on his bed or something that he has nothing to do with. He didn't talk. I don't know who she is. Nobody would believe him. Maybe he's dating Amy Acker's character again, and she's a very jealous woman. That it could cause problems. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that I have still banked that I could write episodes about.
What would it mean for you to win that Emmy award?
I think it'd be really nice. I mean, you don't want to put too much on it because trophies are fun. Since you when I was a little kid. I got trophies, but for acting trophies, I always got acting trophies. So this would be another acting trophy, my first one since 1989. So, no, that's not true. I won a thing or two, but
what did you win in 1989?
Best humorous interpretation. So in Texas, where I grew up, you do a play by yourself. So if I was doing Of Mice and Men, I'd look over here. And I'd be like, "Lenny, what you got in your pocket?" "Nothing, George." "Don't tell me that. Get that out of your pocket." "Is that another mouse?" No, nothing, George." You can have like 3, like, "Who's over there?" They'll be there, and then they're all, different places. And so
when you change really character, you look at a different place.
Yeah. That's how you change your, you change your body, and you change your voice, and you change everything. It's good training for character acting. It's terrible training for acting overall because you end up just acting with yourself in your head. But I won 3rd place at state, which was a big deal.
It's a big state.
It was a big state. It was a big deal for me. And I was supposed to go to districts and then potentially nationals, but I would leave school and go skateboarding instead of class. And so I was not allowed to go to districts. Whatever. So that's that. An Emmy win would mean, "In your face, Mrs. Prince. What? What? I don't want to go to districts anymore.
And now look at all the voice work you do, all the different character voices, from Mr. Weaselton to Weselton, Weaselton,
Weselton, that's the Duke of Weselton, and King Candy, and
yeah,
they've been very cool. Disney's been very cool.
You're the John Ratzenberger of Disney.
It's true. The difference is John does his voice.
Yes.
I'm always a different voice. You're like, I was the chicken in Moana. I don't think people went, that's Tudyk right there. I can tell by the, that's him.
Yeah.
The old man, the Duke, and Duke Weaselton in the actual Weasel. I played a Weasel in Zootopia. They've put me in every movie since Wreck-It Ralph.
And I was going to say Star Wars, but that wasn't really a voice acting role.
Motion capture.
Congratulations for the Emmy nomination. All the best.
Thank you.
It's sort of a fun new category. It was the first year of the category last year.
Who won it last year? Do you know?
Audrey.
Sir Ian McKellen. Let's just go with that.
It was probably Audrey, the Children's Hospital.
He's pretty much like Sir Ian McKellen.
Yeah, he's the Sir Ian McKellen of short format.
Adult Swim. He's the Sir Ian
McKellen. Yeah, it's great. I think he's the only nominee that spoke to us last year.
And he won.
Not sure if you'll be the only one that speaks to us this year. I'm
not saying don't talk to them, but don't go out of your way.
So we'll see what we can do, Alan.
I don't want to tell you how to do your thing. You do whatever you want. Yeah, it's just a little boy's dream from 1989.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming into my bedroom with me.
Yeah. It's about to say anytime.
I don't feel like I have to change the sheets even. That says a lot.
Nice to meet Raisin too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll talk about it after. She's cool. Thank you, man.